Good Sunday evening, guys. This is Art from the Hickory Flat Garlic Company, and it is time for our Sunday reflections. These are just thoughts that we have maybe throughout the week that we just wanted to share, and hopefully challenge us to think a little bit better and maybe to live a more rich and fuller life ultimately. First of all, we have to start out with our gratitude, and yesterday was another fantastic day at the Canton Farmers Market. We had friends, made new friends, had friends that are becoming more familiar with us, had some great conversations with our vendor friends, and had some special visitors for me personally that came out, and I was so excited and so humbled by that. Week in and week out, City of Canton, Cherokee County, North Central Georgia, you guys continue to come out and support not just us at the Hickory Flat Garlic Company, but everyone at the Canton Farmers Market. So we are so grateful for your patronage. We're grateful for the city, Mayor Grant, Belinda, and her whole crew that helped put this on for us each Saturday morning. If you have not been to the Canton Farmers Market, just let you know, we're averaging between like 55 and 65 vendors every week. It's a great event. There's a little bit of something for everybody. In my opinion, it's something you have to come out and experience. I can only tell you so much. But anyway, we hope, if we haven't seen you yet this season, we hope to see you. This week I had two, like I mentioned, I had some special visitors. Former basketball player who just recently graduated came by, and it was so good to see him. And then former neighbors of ours, the Griffins, came by, and it was just so good to spend some time with them at the market yesterday, just to kind of let them know what we do, and to play catch up, because I had not seen them, and oh my gosh, it's been over 10 years, so well over 10 years at this point. So it was so great to see them, and again, so humbled by everyone's support and patronage. So today I want to talk about grace, and the idea of grace, maybe not in terms of elegance or beauty and style or fashion, but grace in the Judeo-Christian sense of unmerited favor. So if you're not a believer, hang with me for just 1 second, because I promise I'm not really preaching to you this week, and that's never my goal, to preach at you or to you. My goal is always to inspire or challenge you to wrestle with something that hopefully makes us better people in the end. The idea of grace I'm going to take in the Judeo-Christian sense is God's unmerited favor. If you are a believer in Christianity, it's where that comes from. But I want to talk about grace in that sense, as we can give it or receive it human to human or peer to peer. I think grace is something that, in that definition, the unmerited favor definition, is something that we long for from those around us, whether it be our boss, our spouse, our sibling, our children, or any other relationship that we have. We always want grace, some of that benefit of the doubt, or, man, I just don't deserve it, but I hope I get it anyway. That kind of feeling. We love to receive that. We love being, at least I do, I love being the recipient of grace, because there's a lot of things I've received that I don't deserve. And I think that's universal. What I think that's harder for us to do is to live that first and be the giver of grace before we receive it. And what would that look like in our lives if we were giving unmerited favor? Now, before you start jumping into it and saying, well, Art, what about, I don't want to be a doormat for people, and I don't want to just keep giving and giving. Yes, I completely understand that. And first and foremost, we want to make sure you're protecting your heart. Everything's okay with your heart, and you're guarding your heart, and it's being guided properly. But after that, after we know that this is not damaging a damaging relationship to you, how can we give grace to our coworker, to our boss, to that driver that cuts us off on 575 in rush hour, who knew better, who knew they needed to get to the exit, who knew that the lane ended? Yeah, how do we show them grace? Our children, how do we show them grace? Our spouse. Maybe the most important relationship we have on earth is that of our spouse, human to human. How do we show them grace, unmerited favor? I know it's challenging because as a spouse, as well as somebody on the other end of that, I know I can be challenging and difficult as well. But I want to challenge you this week to see if we can find a way, and maybe even baby steps, to show someone who doesn't deserve that grace, doesn't deserve that unmerited favor, give it to them. I'm not saying they're going to reciprocate. I'm not saying they're going to appreciate it. But this is not about them. This is more about something for you and your heart. So this week, how can you show someone unmerited favor? This has been Art with the Hickory Flat Garlic Company, and this is our Sunday Reflection.